Evening, we're just outside Carstairs, about to join the West Coast Main Line down to Glasgow. Part 1 ready, and the next stop is Motherwell. Press F1 for your briefing. So let's key in, reverse to neutral. Instrument lights on. Speed set to 30 as we go around the curve into Carstairs. D-rate because you know up ahead is at danger. Marker lights, take a look outside. Headlight. And the train is now set up. So just need to wait for a clear aspect for heading down to Glasgow Central. So speed limit here is 95 miles an hour. So going down to 30, then down to 15 as we get to Carstairs. So the scenario is called 1 Sierra 29 1330 King's Cross to Glasgow. Evening, wait for a signal to clear before joining the West Coast Main Line and heading down to Glasgow Central. Calling points as follows: Motherwell and Glasgow Central. So Glasgow Central arriving at 1913. It's about half an hour. And it's raining. Because in Britain, it always rains. So bring our speed down towards 15. So we're on the West Coast Main Line North, made by Keith Ross, available on Steam. I think the route is about 10 years old, and it definitely looks 10 years old. So down to the left is the West Coast Main Line towards Carlisle and eventually London Euston. Got a neutral section coming up. So yeah, 15 across the curve, then 30 at Carstairs Station, then 95 on the main line. On the right is Carstairs sidings. Not too sure what they're used for. Probably just stabling some stock. If you look very closely, you see tamper just tamping. Very, very slowly at 0.4 miles an hour. This is Carstairs. Highway of 866 to Penguin Freightliner Terminal. It really is pissing it down. Speed limit is now 30. We crossed over the junction. So this scenario is set in 1993. So when the 92s were just introduced, even though I think the only 92 I put down was at Palmedy. So it's the 86s, 87s, 90s, 91s, 101, 314, 303, 47, 37, 20. You know, all the trains with character. So Strathclyde Orange and Inner City and RFD and Res. Speed limit is now 100 miles an hour. So recently I bought the book GA, so Golf Alpha, off eBay for about 20-ish quid. It pretty much covers Glasgow towards Ayr and Edinburgh via Carstairs and Shotts, and Glasgow to Carlisle via West Coast Main Line and via Dumfries. So yeah, it covers a pretty big area. Also, the most disappointing thing about it is that it doesn't include any trains to Lanark. Despite Lanark being on the map on the back of the front cover, Lanark doesn't feature in any of the working timetables in the book, which is very, very disappointing. So it has Law Junction, Lanark Junction, Carstairs. What the fuck is Lanark? I know back there trains went from Lanark to Wishaw, through the Motherwell, then Bells Hill, through the Glen, and then towards Dalmuir. But West Coast Main Line North is pretty much like half of the route from Lanark to Dalmuir. So yeah, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day's ruined. So yeah, if the scenario looks a bit quiet, it's because it's not having any of the Lanark trains in it because they're not in the timetable for some stupid reason. This is Lanark Junction. I think I saw somewhere that include the Hamilton Loop. I also could do like a short scenario on the Glasgow Edinburgh rail link. I could also do like Dumfries to Carlisle as well. Dumfries to Carlisle as well, like a 156 or a 37. What I also bought was book CB, so Charlie Bravo. It pretty much covers, the one I got covers Euston to Preston and Liverpool. Is cool. So I could do West Coast Main Line South, even though I don't really think it works because the layout of Euston is different. I could do Missing Link for like I could do like not sure if it covers Birmingham. I think book CB, the one I had, goes via Trent Valley and not Birmingham. So I could do like Stafford to Liverpool in like an 86 or a 90. I could do Missing Link from Stafford to Stafford to Preston, like a mail train. I could do a lot of freight. I could do 156 from like Holytown to Glasgow Central. I'm not sure if it covers the line via Mount Vernon towards Whiffler. So on the front we have 91, 423, we're going looking like one. There's some Mark 4 coaches, and then at the back we have a Mark 4 driving van trailer with no number for some reason. Okay, next station we'll pass through will be Carluke, then Law Junction, Shieldmeal, Motherwell, Uddingston, Newton, Cambuslang, Palmedy Depot, then Glasgow Central. tractors from Motherwell to Margam. So if you want to download this for yourself, the links to ATS will be in the description, where you'll be able to download this scenario for yourself and then drive it, assuming you have all the requirements. I am B1, the requirements list for this, it is pretty long. You get quite a bit from Steam, quite a bit from AP, one thing from Baghdad to Trainton, you need the Tamper from ATS, the Common Library from the JT and the VGA wagons. This is Kaluk. So King's Cross to Glasgow. I think in the 90s there used to be a lot more trains from King's Cross to Glasgow, but I think most of them will cut back to Edinburgh at some point. But I think now there's only like one train a day from King's Cross to Glasgow. And also, when I was looking around Flickr for like formations of the 225 sets, I think there were 2+8 instead of 2+9, which is why this train is formed of 10 vehicles instead of 11. This is Law Junction, one of the 60. On to the right goes towards Wishaw and Motend and Clawbridge. And we go left towards Motherwell and Shilmure. So yeah, I have been into quite a lot of backdated stuff. I think now I have about 7 working timetables. So I have the Brighton main line, so Brighton to Stoltz Ness to Victoria, then Freight in the southeast. I have CB from Euston to Preston and Liverpool. I have CE, which is basically most of the northwest of England. I have GA, which is Glasgow, like southern Glasgow. So yeah, 7 timetables, which is a lot of money. I think they're like 20 quid each. Yeah, I don't want to think about how much is. Oh, yeah, I don't want to think about how much I spent on these. But I have a job, so I can definitely afford it. So next junction will be the line that goes off towards Shilmure Mail Terminal. Yeah, West Coast Mail Line North, it definitely does need a revamp or a remake. Like updated foliage, trackside clutter, signalling, custom models, super elevation, neutral sections. On the left is Shilmure Mail Terminal. Down from the right joins from Wishaw. Now is Shilmore Station. Next station will be Motherwell, which is about 1.5 miles away. I think the tracks on the right are for like a steel place. I think AP did a scenario with a shed and some BZAs, where he started off near Halltown, went around through Motherwell, then into Shunting Mondia. This is Motherwell. There's a 90 from Glasgow to Manchester, which today will be a 397. I think the 90 would come off at Preston, and then like a 47 would just join on the front to Manchester, because back then the Chatmoss route wasn't electrified, and neither was a bottom corridor. So arrival into Motherwell. So departing Motherwell, speed limit is 90 miles an hour. Next stop is Glasgow Central, about 12 miles. So next station we'll pass through will be Uddingston, Newton, Cambuslang, then Glasgow Central. So hopefully in the future I should be able to make a lot more scenarios with my working timetables. So I could do one from Glasgow to Carlisle, and Carlisle to Preston, Preston to Stafford, Stafford to Rugby, Rugby to Euston. Even though I think Euston doesn't really work because Euston's layout in the 90s is different to Euston's layout now. Well, I don't know, I could use some creative license. I could do like a tractor run. Yeah, just doesn't have the fan on. I could do like a tractor run from like Moss End to Carlisle, even though that would take literally forever. But I think most 37 trains are limited to 60 miles an hour. And I think Moss End to Carlisle is about 100 miles, so yeah, it would take more than an hour to do Moss End to Carlisle at 60. But you know, who would turn down like an hour's worth of tractor thrash? Speed limit is now 90. We have the right trains from Belton and Shotts and Edinburgh. So the scenario I was working on before this one was meant to be a 73 run from Red Hill to Three Bridges, then doing some shunting around Three Bridges Yard. Yeah, but yeah, the dispatcher, it wasn't really playing ball with changing from electric to diesel at Three Bridges. Then my Timetable G8 and CB arrived in the mail, so I just started doing this. I think it turned out pretty well considering what I've got. It would be a little bit busier if I had the Lanark trains, but as I mentioned earlier, for some reason the Lanark trains don't really appear in the timetable, despite Lanark being a point on the freaking map. Coming up next is Newton Station. I think Lanark trains might be on the timetable that covers the line towards Hillsborough on the suburban Glasgow northwest route. Not too sure. I haven't seen any timetables for that area yet. I'm sure one will appear at some point. Speed limit is now 80. I think what the trains from Lanark did, they went from Lanark through Carluke towards Wishaw, then cut across into Shumley and Motherwell, then went right towards Bellshill to Uddingston, then Cambuslang, and then turned right towards Rutherglen, then went through Glasgow Central low level towards Partick, and then towards Hillsborough and Dalmuir. Of course, now trains from Lanark that go right into Glasgow Central, high level. I don't know why ScotRail decided that. Maybe it was for reliability. I also think it might have had something to do with the electrification from Glasgow towards Whifflet via Mount Vernon and Carmel. With the right joins from Camel and Whifflet. And the right are Rutherglen CE sidings. Don't know what the CE is. So you've got 1s, 20s, bunch of hoppers. Oh yeah, as we get into Palmy, the frame rate it will decrease. I did put quite a few bits in Palmy, mainly just Mach 1 coaches. So in the top left, the frame rate has already gone down to 1560 instead of the usual 30. So probably I'm putting some Mark 3s, Mark 3 DVTs, 90s, 87s, Res Mark 1s, very low frame rate. From Double Line to Cocker Hill as 5 November 87. So into Glasgow Central, speed limit will go from 75 to 30, 25, 20, then 15. So 15 just starts as we cross the I think it's the River Clyde. Yeah, pretty sure it's the River Clyde. Oh yeah, there's also a pair of tractors on a coal train, which is affecting the frame rate. Yeah, APs 97s, they're very frame intensive. I think about like 35 hoppers on the end, which doesn't help things. So he's going from Hunterston to Ravenscraig, wherever that is. So speed limit goes down to 25 as we pass. I think it's Eglinton Street Junction. Line from the left joins from the Cathcart Circle and the line towards Dumfries and Kilmarnock. God, it's really warm in here. I kind of have the fan on because the fan just makes really loud distort. The fan just makes a really loud noise because it's a fan. Yeah, it sounds like a prop plane about to take off. Now the left line from the left joins from Shields Depot and the line towards Ayr, Largs, Adjosson, Paisley, Canal. Yeah, Glasgow, it has a lot of branches to it. So we've got the line to Adroton, Largs, Ayr, Kilmarnock, Cathcart Circle, West Coast Main Line, Whifflet. So 60s, 90s, 87s, Mag 2 coaches, 2 and 4. You know, like a really wide selection of trains. So 15 comes into effect at the viaduct. And this is Glasgow Central, where the train terminates. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this short video from Carstairs to Glasgow Central. Leave a like if you're so inclined. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more interesting content. Follow me on Twitch for future live streams. I don't know when they'll be. I don't really stream anymore because effort. So in Glasgow Central, coming into platform 2. Yeah, the train on platform 1, it failed. So I just imagined it failed and then 86 came out from Polwood to pick it up. It goes 214 to Newton, to Papa 04. I think it's going Newton via Cathcart. So this is Glasgow Central. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.